Alright, hey everybody, it's a desktop, the castle here. Alright, so, Zombiedoll Lounge has got a lot of updates, a bunch of stuff that's in the works right now, and stuff that's been done. The first thing right away, I can just talk about this. Um, Boombox Head gave us permission to be able to use his music videos in the club, so a lot of his stuff is now just part of the regular playlist. The regular playlist has been updated pretty significantly, and there's a lot of additional things as far as like the music player and everything like that. All right, so this is just for like regular club mode. Now you'll notice another thing. If you look down here, there's a little um, object right there for turning on the mirror. You'll notice that it disappears when I step back. So one of the things that people complained about was that they wanted to be able to actually like see over the railing, but desktop people can't lean their heads forward so that they can go over the edge. People who are in VR can do that. So people downstairs don't actually render when you're upstairs and just up like back this far and everything like that. Very little actually down there actually still renders. So what I've done is I've moved back the culling volume so that it's much further, it's much more along this line here, and that makes it so that people who are on desktop can just walk up to the edge and they can see down, they can see live performers and everything like that, and all that fun stuff. Um, those are Peachy's horns. Peachy's horns are currently located on the disco ball. Let's see, what else is there? I have a keypad now for accessing this back room. The back room, the keypad is gone right now because I already went through it. I didn't want to show the password while I was on uh, video. But you'll notice that there are also a lot more smaller video screens that are actually displaying the music videos and everything like that, right? So let me go ahead and turn off the video player. Okay. So yeah, there are a bunch of smaller video players that are just sort of scattered around the world and everything like that. Now, in the control room is where there's a lot more stuff to talk about. I've also added more buttons for like being able to toggle the lighting effects on and off in different locations. There's buttons up here all the way across, like on the second floor, that allow you to toggle the video player as well and toggle lighting effects. It's just a little bit more easy to access the optimization stuff in places that are a little bit more obvious. Now, inside of the control room, there's a bit more functionality here. For one, I have the live performance mode that I can enable right now, and I have a special moderation platform that I can utilize at this point too. Now, this was a special request by Red because he wanted to be able to have like a place where he can float above the disco ball and just watch everybody from above without actually like messing around with any of the getting in anyone's ways or anything like that. So I have the this right here. This also allows you to teleport to the control room as well, so you can just go back and forth. It's just a more efficient way to be able to actually kind of access things. But also one of the other things to keep in mind too is that um, when live performance mode is enabled, there's walls that block you from getting onto the stage, getting on or off of the stage. This is for people who are actually performers. This prevents people from jumping up on the stage and doing weird shit while the person is actually trying to perform. Thing that's cool about this though is that it also enables like a video screens that actually sort of play all over the entirety of the world that allow you to see the performer even when you're not directly at the stage. You could be hanging out in that room back there and you'll see some screens that are showing the performer. Now there's another bit of functionality. This is actually really crazy. I can't believe this actually exists, and was super happy to find out about it. But there's actually a way to make it so that there's a volume right now that makes it so that your voice is increased in volume and range. So roughly the same amount of range that the video player currently has right now for when playing music videos. Somebody who's singing up on the stage right now can be heard throughout the entire world. But in the same way where you still get lower as you get further away, they can still hear you though. So they have like special rules for that. So they have a little bit of gain as well, which increases their overall volume so that they sound a little bit louder than the people that are around them. Not only that, so you also get to see them performing as well. So there's a camera that's actually doing this and all that. Now there's buttons that can lock people so that once these two buttons are activated, this one and that one all the way over there, people can't actually get to the back of the stage. The only people who are allowed back here are people who are supposed to be back here, right? So you'll notice that there's also this is like kind of like a backroom hangout area where we can anyone who's performing and everything like that can still watch what's going on stage because they can see the through this camera, this render camera right here. Now there's a few things that I'm going to do that kind of tweak things and fix things up a little bit, so it should be all right. But all right, one thing that's kind of nice is that once the place is fully locked down and you have everybody that's always supposed to be here, they it's actually very easy to move back and forth from the outside of the and the inside of the club for people who are the technically the staff, the ones that are trying to moderate. All you have to do is use the control room platform. So if you need to talk to somebody who's all the way out here, or say something, or check something out, or see what's going on, if somebody, you know what I mean, you should be able to do that pretty easily and have really good access to the entire club and everything like that. So this takes you to this side of the stage, and this one takes you to this side of the stage. There's just quite a bit of maneuverability here for people who need it and everything like that. So that's live performance mode. And you saw the other thing. There's a few other functionality, bits of functionality that I want to do. So the last thing that I want to talk about real quickly is functionality for live DJ mode. Now this is a little bit different. So I'm gonna run up the stairs and I'm gonna talk about the live DJ mode right now. So in addition to having a live performance mode for people to do live performances, there are also going to be a live DJ mode, which will be another button that's just sort of sitting right here and a button above it that allows you to teleport right into the DJ booth. So when you press this button that doesn't exist yet, what'll happen is the DJ booth will be fully locked off, kind of like how the stage is locked off, and of course there would be no more music or anything like that, and there'll be a volume that allows the DJ, the person or whoever is standing inside of the DJ booth to have increased volume so that when they play music through their character, uh, it can be heard throughout the entire map without affecting the volume of everybody else's voices and stuff like that. So so this will be like a cool little space where maybe I'll have like the DJ booth be a little bit more interesting, where there's like a little spot where you can dance on top of it or whatever. Currently, right now, it has like a mirror and stuff, but I don't know if that's going to be what we're going to utilize in that. I might disable this and just make it so that it's like a little bit of a different situation altogether. It'll have a camera facing into it as well, and maybe give you controls on some stuff so that you can kind of modify what goes on in the club as far as lighting or what else, whatever. So that's that. That's the functionality that's in place now, and functionality that I'm planning to add next. Looks like I got pretty much everything that I want in place. I just want to get this DJ mode, the DJ booth thing in place, and there's still a few like little quirks, like this shouldn't be displaying on the camera right here. The camera shouldn't see the camera playing and everything like that. Otherwise, I think everything is pretty much rounded out. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more.